Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn about a very special type of a function, fractional part functions. The fractional part function is related with the greatest integer function. I already made a separate video on the greatest integer functions. First of all, please watch that video. I will share the link of that video on the description box. Then you will be very clear about this fractional part functions. It is totally dependent on the concept of greatest integer function. Here in this video we will learn about the definition and the domain and range of the fractional part function and the graphical representations of it. Please watch this video till the end so that you will be very clear about both greatest integer function as well as the fractional part function. Let's discuss about the fractional part function. The today's topic is on the fractional part function. It is a very special type of the function. It is related with the numbers, the fractional part function. And the fractional part function, here let us suppose a function of x, f of x. It can be written also as a y. The function of x, it is defined, the fractional part function is represented, it is denoted by x inside the curly bracket. Here if we write the input inside the curly bracket, then it is called as the fractional part function of x. It is the fractional, it is called as fractional part function. It is the function of x. Here we take the x as a input and the output is here y or f of x. This is the representations or this is the notation for fractional part function. The input inside the curly braces called as the fractional part function. It is the notations and it is defined as the definitions of the fractional part function is, it is defined as the value of the x input minus the greatest integers of the input. It is the definitions. These expressions defines the fractional part function of x. It is equals to x minus greatest integer of x. Here the x inside the this square bracket represents the greatest integer function. Greatest integer, it is the greatest integer function of the input x. It is the greatest integer function. We already discussed about the concept of greatest integer function. I will provide the link of that video on the description box. Please watch that video once again. Here this is the definition. This expressions defines the greatest this expression defines the fractional part function of x. It is equals to x minus greatest integer of x. This is the definitions of the fractional part functions. And let's discuss about the here. Let's take a number. Let's take a number is a 1.6. Here we take input is a 1.6. Let's calculate its greatest integer function first. The greatest integer function of 1.6. Let's calculate. We already discussed about the calculations of greatest integer functions. Let's plot the this number on the number line first. This is suppose is 1 and this is 2. These are the values of x. Here the 1.6 lies anywhere between the 1 and 2. Let us suppose the number 1.6 lies here, and the greatest integer of 1.6 is calculated by just observing the nearest integer value on the left hand side. Here the nearest integer on the left hand side of this number is number 1. We rise and then look back. Here if we rise and then look back, then we here we can see an integer which is very nearest to this number and lies on the left hand part, and this number here is the one. This integer number is its greatest integer value. So the greatest integers of 1.6 is calculated as 1. And let's calculate for others inputs. Let's take the value of the x as the value of the x is negative 1.5 for negative values. Let's suppose in this number line I am going to extend this number line. Let's suppose this is negative 1 and this is negative 2. Negative 1.5 lies between negative 1 and negative 2. This is the point. We have to rise and then look left. First rise and then look left. The nearest integer value to this number on the left hand side is negative 2. So the greatest integers of 1.5, negative 1.5 is here negative 2. It is on the left hand side and very closest to that number. The number should be the numbers. This the output of the greatest integer function should be the integer value. Here the nearest integer is negative 2. Let's calculate the fractional part functions on these inputs. Let's calculate the corresponding fractional part functions. The fractional part functions of the input 1.6. Let's calculate the value of the fractional part functions on this input. It is here defined x minus, here the x is taken as 1.6. So 1.6 minus the greatest integers of this input, and the greatest integers of 1.6 is here calculated as 1. So 1.6 minus 1, this gives 0.6. Similarly, we can calculate the fractional part function for the input negative 1.5. This is here negative 1.5 minus the x minus the greatest integer of negative 1.5, and the greatest integer of negative 1.5 is here calculated negative 2. So this will be positive 2, and 2 minus 1.5 gives positive 0.5. Let's take these are the positive and the negative value. Let's observe on the 0 value. When the value of the x, let's calculate here. When the input is here 0, then at this situation let's calculate the greatest integer of, first of all let's calculate the greatest integer of 0. I remember the point, the greatest integer of the integer, here the 0 is an integer, the greatest integer function of an integer is integer itself. So the greatest integer of 0 is 0. Please remember this point. Let's calculate its corresponding fractional part function, and the fractional part function of 0 is just x minus greatest integer of x. And here let's substitute the value. The value of the x is here 0. 0 minus the greatest integer of 0 is here 0. This gives 0. And here we can observe that the fractional part function, let's conclude here. The fractional part function to any input, here the value of the x is any real number. We can take the input as any real number. The fractional part functions of any real number is always greater than or equals to 0. Here by these calculations we can conclude that the fractional part of any input, any real number input, is always greater than or equals to 0. Here we got the positive value, here also we got the positive value, and here 0 value. So this is the condition for fractional part functions. Please memorize. And here we can see that the greatest integer, the fractional part function, the fractional part functions is always less than 1. Here 0.6, here 0.5, and here 0. It is always the fractional part functions, and also the fractional part functions of x is always less than 1. It is not equals to 1. It is always less than 1, and it begins from the 0. So we can conclude that the range of the fractional part function is always from, here the 0 is included. Let's include the 0. I am going to write in introvert form. Here 0 is included, comma, and the 1 is not included. So this is the range of the fractional part function of x. It begins from 0, and it is always less than 1. It is the range of the fractional part function. Please memorize this point. It is very important. The range of the fractional part function is always from 0 and less than 1. This is the range. And the domain, similarly, we can calculate here the domain of this fractional part function is the value of the x. Here the domain is x, and the domain x is all real numbers. It accepts all real numbers. The value of the x uh, can be all real numbers. It accepts all the real numbers input. That is, the x belongs in the set of the real number. Here the x is the domain. Please remember this point also. This is very important point. The domain, this is about the domain and range of the fractional part functions. The range is, this is the range, and this is the domain. Domain is all real value. And remember, the fractional part function of any input is always less than 1. It begins from the 0, from 0 to less than 1. We will use the concept of domain and range for representing the fractional part functions on the graph. This all about the basic concepts of the fractional part function. It should be the fractions. Let's write a number here. Let's take a number 1.46. A number here we take 1.46. In this number, the first number before the decimal, it is called as the integer part. It is the integer part, and the numbers after the decimal called as the fractional part. The fractional part is not is always less than 1. We already know that this fractional part is always less than 1. It should not be equals to 1. It is always less than, the fractional part is always less than 1. So the fractional part functions also less than 1. This is about the very basic concepts of the numbers, of the real numbers. Let's talk more about the fractional part functions. Let's represent these fractional part functions on the graph, and we will discuss some properties of the fractional part functions. Let's plot first in the graph. Graphical representation of the fractional part function. The fractional part functions is totally based on the concept of the greatest integer functions. And let's write for the greatest integer functions. Let's write something here. When the value of the x, the input x, belongs in this range, in this interval, 0 is included and 1 is not included in this interval. If x belongs in this interval, 0 included and 1 does not included here, and at this situation from 0 to less than 1, the greatest integer functions of x. Let's talk about the greatest integer function here. The greatest integer functions of the x is always 0. From 0 to less than 1, the greatest integer functions is 0. We can visualize here for all the inputs from 0 to less than 1, the greatest integer functions will be 0. It holds the 0 also. At 0, the greatest integer of the 0 is 0. Similarly, if the input belongs in this interval, 1 here, 1 is not included. Here let's include this 1. From 1 to less than number 2, 2 is not included here. At these situations, the greatest integer functions of the x is from 1 to less than 2, all the values shifted to, all the value converges to 1. So the greatest integer of the x is at this situation is 1. Similarly, if the input lies from 2 included, 3 not included, at these situations the greatest integers of x is just 2. Let's talk about, by this concept of the greatest integer functions, let's talk about the fractional part functions. So the fractional part function, let's define it. At the input, when the input lies in this interval from 0 to less than 1, then at this situation the greatest integer function is 0. Let's calculate from the definitions. The definitions of this fractional part function is input minus the greatest integer of the input. Let's substitute the value. When the value belongs in this region, when the value of the x belongs in these regions, then the greatest integer functions is 0. So this is 0. Therefore, the fractional part function of x is calculated here x, and it is only valid when the x belongs in this interval from 0 to less than 1. This is the function. This is the function for fractional part functions when the input lies from 0 to less than 1. Similarly, we can calculate the fractional part functions to other region. For this second regions, we calculate here. Let's calculate for this interval. Here, this will be x minus the greatest integer of x. Here, for this region, for this interval from 1 to less than 1, from 1 to less than 2, the greatest integer function is here 1. So the value, the fractional part functions will be x minus the greatest integer function 1. This is the, it validates only when the input belongs in the set of the numbers from 1 to less than 2. Similarly, we can define the fractional part functions of x on this third region. Similarly, this is just x minus 2, and it validates x, the value of the x belongs in the set of the from 2 to number 3, less than 3. Here we calculate the some values of some relations, some functions of the fractional part. Let's draw these informations on the 2D graph on the xy plane. Let's suppose this is the xy plane. Here the input is plotted on the horizontal axis, and here the input is x, and the output is here. I am going to plot the fractional part functions. It is here this is the fractional part of x. Let's suppose this is the 0 origin, and let's suppose this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, and so on. Similarly, let's suppose the negative 1. The fractional part function is defined for all the real number inputs. It can take all the values of x such that it holds all the real numbers. Input is all the real numbers. Let's plot the fractional part function for this region, and the region is, first region is, let's take from 0 to less than 1. From 0 to, here the 0 is included. From this 0 to less than 1 is not included. Our function is here is just x, and this is the linear graph when the slope is 45 degree. We can plot the function y is equals to x. This is just the linear function, linear line. It is just the line from it passes through the origin, and it is at a 45 degree with positive x-axis. And as we already discussed, the maximum value of the fractional part functions always begins from 0. Its minimum value is 0, and it is always less than 1. Let's indicate here the number 1 here, and let's plot this y is equals to x, this first function on this 2D paper. Let's plot from 0 to less than 1. The output is here x, and y is equals to x is just the line from origin, passes through the origin. This is the line, and here here the 1 is not included. 1 is not included, and here is the 1, and the value of the value of the fractional part functions is not 1. It is not equals to 1. It is less than 1. So here should be the open circle. This is the graph for these first functions. Let's calculate. Similarly, we can plot the others value also here. For the next domain, here the domain x belongs in the from 1 to less than 2. Here the 1 is included, and from 1 to less than 2 is not included. And at these situations, the our output is here just x minus 1. This means just shifting this line by 1 unit. Here the 1 unit. This is, and it is also inclined at the 45 degree with positive x-axis. And the output 1 is not included. Here the 2 also not included. Here the value of the 2, there is no output. And similarly, we can draw these lines for others inputs also for this range. From 2 is included here. 2 is included, and it is the same line inclined at 45 degree. All the lines are 45 degree with the positive x-axis. And here the 3 is not included, and the value of the x, the output should be less than 1. This output should be less than 1, not equals to exactly 1. It should be less than 1. So here is the open circle. The 1 is not included. This is 1. Similarly, we can draw the others functions also with the open circle. Similarly, and so on. For the negative inputs, we can also write here for the negative inputs the nature of this function. This graph is similar. This will be with 45 degree, and the 1 not belongs here. Open circle. Similarly, we can graph other negative inputs also, and so on. This is the graphical representations of fractional part functions. These graphs represents the fractional part. Please remember the points. The fractional part function is always less than 1. It ranges from 0 to less than 1. The fractional part functions is not negative value. There will be no negative value for the fractional part functions. The fractional part functions has no negative output. So in the negative sections, there is in the negative sections there is no output. There is no output. This is the graphical representations of the fractional part functions. In our next video, we will discuss more about the fractional part functions. We will discuss some very important properties of these fractional part functions. Please keep watching. Uh, please keep loving this channel. This much for today. Thank you.